Namaste and welcome back to Modern Mind, Ancient Wisdom, Gita in the Modern World. I am your host, Ruhini. The Bhagavad Gita may be an ancient scripture, but its wisdom is timeless. Whether it's dealing with workplace politics, navigating tricky relationships, or handling life's uncertainties, the Gita offers insights that remain as relevant today as they were on the battle of Kurukshetra. Each verse isn't just about war, it's about the battles we all fight within ourselves and the world around us. Today, we will talk about Duryodhan, who is already nervous about the battle, like we spoke about in our previous episode, and he tries to cover up his insecurities with sarcasm. And honestly, don't we all know someone like that? That one colleague who overcompensates for their anxiety by talking too much in the meetings. Or that one relative who masks their insecurity with passive aggressive taunts. Yeah? So Duryodhana had the same energy. But before we begin, just a quick disclaimer as usual. What you will hear in this podcast is my personal interpretation of the Bhagavad Gita. And of course, it's open to your own interpretation based on your unique life experiences. This series will be a blend of Hindi and English designed to keep the conversation natural and accessible so we can connect with as many people as possible. And with that out of the way, let's break this verse down, understand the history behind it, and then see how these situations show up in our modern lives. So today we are looking at chapter 1, verse 3. दुर्योधन ने कहा, पूज्य आचार्य, पांडु पुत्रों की विशाल सेना का अवलोकन करें, जिसे आपके द्वारा प्रशिक्षित बुद्धिमान शिष्य द्रुपद के पुत्र ने कुशलतापूर्वक युद्ध करने के लिए सुव्यवस्थित किया है. Which translated into English goes like, Duryodhana says, O respected Acharya, behold this mighty army of the Pandavas, expertly marshaled by Drishtadyumna, the talented son of King Drupada and your own worthy pupil. Now, let's set the scene. Okay? The Pandavas and Kauravas have assembled on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, and the war is about to begin. Duryodhana, the Kaurava prince, is feeling a little, let's say, uneasy. Okay? Now, despite having a larger army, he sees the Pandavas' forces and realizes that size isn't everything. Strategy matters. And what makes him even more nervous? The fact that the Pandava army is being led by none other than Drishtadyumna. And why is that significant, you ask? Well, here where it gets interesting. So many years ago, before the war, Acharya Dronacharya and King Drupada were childhood friends. But as often happens in life, friendships don't always survive power and status differences. When Drupada became king of Panchal, Drona approached him for a favor. However, Drupada refused and Drona felt humiliated. And now you know how revenge works in the Mahabharata. It's never subtle. Drona felt insulted. He trained the Pandavas and waged war against Drupada. With Arjuna's help, he defeated him, but being the bigger person, returned half the kingdom to Drupada. However, King Drupada wasn't ready to let go. Instead of moving on like a normal person, he performed an intense yajna and a fire ritual to create a warrior specifically destined to kill Drona. And thus, Drishtadyumna was born. Yes, that's right, his literal birth purpose was to take down his future guru. And now here's the crazy part. When it was time for Drishtadyumna to receive military training, he was sent to Dronacharya himself. Now imagine training someone you know is going to be your downfall. But Drona, being a true teacher, didn't discriminate. He taught Drishtadyumna everything he knew about warfare, knowing fully well that one day this very student would fight against him. And this is exactly what Duryodhana highlights. He taunts Dronacharya saying, "Look, Guruji, the mighty army of the Pandavas is being led by none other than your own star student." Moreover, Pandavas had arranged their troops so skillfully that despite being smaller in number, they appeared vast and formidable. The sarcasm is dripping, and obviously, there is a little insecurity. So, this dynamic is not just a thing of ancient warfare. Life often has a way of making us face our own Drishtadyumnas, people we once mentored, supported, or trained, who later became our competitors or even our superiors. The irony of the Mahabharata isn't just limited to battlefields. It happens every day in workplaces, friendships, and even family WhatsApp groups. So let's talk about some modern day examples. Let's talk about ऑफिस फर्स्ट. आपके ऑफिस में एक न्यू जॉइनर या एक इंटर्न आता है. आप उसको बहुत पेशेंटली ट्रेन करते हैं, कॉर्पोरेट लाइफ को टैकल करने की कुछ टिप्पणियाँ भी देते हैं, और कभी कभी उनसे कुछ गलती भी हो जाए तो उसका ब्लेम भी आप ही ले लेते हो, है ना. फिर आता है एक दिन कि वो कंपनी छोड़ के चला जाता है, एंड कुछ सालों बाद गेस व्हाट, दे रिटर्न, एंड दिस टाइम एज योर मैनेजर, and you sit in meetings while they are explaining concepts you taught them, and you nod along thinking, अब मेरा प्रमोशन मेरे धृष्टद्युम्न के हाथ में है ना. या फिर कॉलेज में आपने हफ्ते गुजार दिए helping a friend prepare for an exam or making a project, sharing notes, mock questions, etc. जब रिजल्ट्स आते हैं and they pass with first class and you don't, and they call to say, "Arey bro, all thanks to you yaar," and you reply, "Yes, clearly, all the best." और मन ही मन में ये सोचते हैं, "I should have taught them slightly less." Finally, I think the next example, I think most of us will be able to relate. आप अपने पेरेंट्स को व्हाट्सएप यूज़ करना सिखाते हैं, ये सोच के दैट इट्स एन ईजियर मोड ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन, एंड द नेक्स्ट थिंग यू नो, वो आपको और आपके सारे रिलेटिव्स को और उनके दोस्तों को फूलों वाली गुड मॉर्निंग मैसेजेस भेज रहे हैं. और कभी कभी तो बम्पर ऑफर ये भी रहता है कि उनको कोई और अंकल या आंटी ने अनसॉलिसिटेड हेल्थ एडवाइस दी होती है जो वो ब्लाइंडली आपको फॉरवर्ड करते हैं, जैसे कि बादाम को मूनलाइट में भिगो के खाने के बेनिफिट्स, एट्सेट्रा एट्सेट्रा. एंड बिफोर यू नो इट, यू हैव एक्चुअली क्रिएटेड अ मॉन्स्टर, बट इट्स ओके, वी लेट इट गो बिकॉज दे लर्न समथिंग न्यू. सो एट इट्स हार्ट, this verse teaches us an important lesson about detachment and selfless teaching. Dronacharya didn't hesitate to impart his knowledge even to someone who was destined to fight him. And in life ना, हम काफ़ी अटैच हो जाते हैं उन चीज़ों में या उन चीज़ों से जिसमें हमने इन्वेस्ट किया हो या हमने बिल्ड की हो, चाहे वो हमारे मेंटीज हो या फिर टीम्स या रिलेशनशिप्स, और बदले में हम लॉयल्टी एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं. बट सच तो ये है कि पीपल ग्रो, दे मूव ऑन, एंड समटाइम्स दे इवन राइज अबाउट अस. सो इंस्टेड ऑफ रिजेंटमेंट, क्यों ना हम अ माइंडसेट ऑफ डिटैचमेंट एंड ग्रेस अडॉप्ट कर लें, सो दैट इट कैन हेल्प अस नेविगेट दीज सिचुएशंस विद डिग्निटी. द्रोणाचार्य से हमें ये सीख मिलती है दैट true mentorship is about giving without expectation. It's about playing your role to the best of your ability, knowing that change is inevitable. And that's a perspective that applies not just to ancient warriors, but to all of us, whether in offices, friendships, or everyday life. So the next time you see an intern rise to become a manager, or a colleague outperform you, or a friend you trained become your competitor, take a deep breath and remind yourself this is the cycle of life. After all, if Dronacharya could train his own eventual opponent without hesitation, maybe we too can learn to let go of expectations and embrace the bigger picture. With that, we wrap up this episode. Please share your thoughts in the comment section. We are currently only on YouTube and Instagram with our handle @Geeta in the Modern World. Also, please like, subscribe, and follow. In the next one, we'll continue exploring Duryodhana's mindset as the battle inches closer. Until then, keep reflecting, keep growing, and remember, every challenge is just another lesson in disguise.